Alright guys, so there's a whole lot of different kinds of watches to like. People like black dial watches, people like very sterile white dial watches. Some people prefer to have a ton of busyness on their dial, like they need to have a Navitimer or something like a Nighthawk. They just need a whole bunch of markings, and some people just love a deep blue. So today we're going to explore that with the top 10 blue dial watches worth buying. I just realized I'm not wearing a blue dial watch right now, but I'm about to change that. Am I about to change that? Crisis averted. This isn't currently telling the right time, but it is 8:40 p.m. Let's get down to business. That's right, guys. This is not set yet. Let me shake it a little bit, get it running. But I am wearing a watch that is on the list. They refer to this as the Vintage Diver, but it's not. It's essentially a limited edition Komatsu. But a great watch from Orient. By the way, if you want to check out Orient, use TimeTeller10 site-wide at orientwatchusa.com and you get a discount. Thank you to Orient for sponsoring my channel. So the first watch on the list is a watch we've taken a look at on this channel, the Hamilton Thin Line, reference number H38525541, retails for $945, 40 millimeters by 45.9, 8.6 millimeters thin, a 50 meter water resistance rating, sapphire crystal, ETA caliber 28922, which is a 21 joule automatic, 42-hour power reserve approximately, and a 6 o'clock date window. Really nice. I want to call it almost like a blue slate. It's a very interesting blue color. I love the watch. Just very, very elegant, refined, simple, wearable. And it's a Jazzmaster, baby. Come on. Next up, an Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot. We've taken a look at a black dial, we've taken a look at a bronze, now it's time for a blue dial. 41 millimeters, 12.4 millimeters thick, 48.2 millimeter lug to lug with a 20 millimeter lug width, sapphire crystal, 100 meter water resistance rating with a threaded crown. Again, guys, this is probably one of the best Pilot's watches on the market, in my opinion, period. Sellita SW221 automatic movement. That's the base caliber. They call it the Oris 751, I believe now. I don't know. 26 joule, 38-hour power reserve. Just a badass, solid piece for people who want an Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot, but they need a blue dial. Hey, they got you covered. Next up, a very cool independent watchmaker from Switzerland, the Orage Omnium 2. Really cool 904L stainless steel, setting it apart from many other watches on the list. 40 millimeter gorge blue is what they refer to it as. A diamond cut, luminous insert hands. Very, very sharp where it has to be, very smooth and sleek where it has to be. Facet cut sapphire crystal with 5 anti-reflective coatings on it. And again, that facet cutting is one of the coolest facets, no pun intended, of the watch. Let's see, 30 meter water resistance rating, power reserve indicator, second hand, hour hand, minute hand, K1 automatic in-house movement, 22 joules, 25,200 VPH sweep, which is 3.5 hertz, 65-hour power reserve, COSC level accuracy, -4 to +6 seconds per day, modular design, tungsten laser edge logo. Very cool, guys. Please pay attention to Orage because they are a badass watchmaker. Super underrated.
Oh, is that sound from Diablo? Guys, did you know that sound's from Diablo? I bet he doesn't even know that sound's from Diablo. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I know. I know!
Yummy. Next up on the list is this Orient. Essentially, it's a limited edition Komatsu. Again, I believe they call it the Vintage Diver. Its reference number is too long for me to utter, but I will try. RAAA0811E19B. Again, this is the limited edition variation. It retails for $360, but you use TimeTeller10 on the website, you get 10% off. Enjoy yourself. There's a few different variants. It has the caliber F6922 automatic. You're getting hacking hand wind, sapphire crystal, 40-hour power reserve, 41.8 millimeters by 46.8 millimeters, 12.8 millimeters thick, and 200 meter water resistance rating with a threaded crown and some great lume. This watch is honestly pretty sharp, especially for the amount of money you pay. Orient is where Seiko used to be. They are just crushing it. Next up, the Omega Aquaterra, which I sold through the Time Teller shop. You miss out, guys, if you don't check out the Time Teller shop regularly. We have a whole bunch of new merch and watches, so go there, support the channel, buy yourself something nice. You're getting a 150 meter water resistance rating with a threaded crown, 41 by 47.7 millimeters, 13.6 millimeters thick. Again, sapphire crystal, 60-hour power reserve, automatic in-house caliber 8900. Just a badass contender if you're looking to get something as impressive, as sharp, probably even better than a Rolex Oyster Perpetual, but you want something a little bit more accessible. Omega's got you covered. And again, a gorgeous blue dial. Next up, a Beaufort Cavalli, or Beaufort? I think it's Beaufort Cavalli. We've reviewed one here on the channel. 39 millimeters, 13.5 millimeters thick, lug width 20 millimeters, box sapphire crystal, lume sapphire insert, 120 click unidirectional bezel, stainless steel, sapphire case back. Let's see. 200 meter water resistance rating, Swiss STP 111 automatic. Just a gorgeous microbrand watch. Again, you're not going to break the bank with these microbrands, but they are putting out things that contend with the bigger box companies, often giving you more for the money than what, you know, Seiko or some of these other watchmakers would give you. Speaking of microbrands, the Dylos Waveform, one of my favorite microbrand divers I've ever reviewed. 300 meter water resistance rating, reinforced titanium case and bracelet, Seiko automatic movement, hacking hand wind, sapphire, ceramic bezel, and some great lume. Again, reviewed it here. Guys, check out these microbrands. My Microbrand Monday episodes don't get the most views, but easily have the most interesting watches, period. Another microbrand, Boulder, with the Boulder Expedition. This is the version 1, the Boulder Expedition Everest. Kind of cheeky that I put it on the list because you really can't find one. They do have some of the version 1 reissues, but they didn't reissue any with the blue dial, but I gotta put it on the list because it's one of my favorite watches. 316L stainless steel, Swiss-made Sellita SW201. Movement, 38-hour power reserve, 28,800 VPH sweep, 200 meter water resistance rating with dual threaded crowns and internal rotating compass. Great dual lume, so some really nice contrast there. Double dome sapphire with AR coating, 41 millimeters, 14 millimeters thick, 46 millimeter lug to lug, and you have some strap options there with a 20 millimeter lug width. Next up is a watch that I really don't need to do a spec sheet breakdown with, Seiko SPB 089. It's a blue dial Sarbo 17. Honestly, Sarbo 17, one of the best Seikos ever made, one of the best watches ever made in my opinion, and you can get it with the blue dial if you can find one. People are still price gouging, but it's a gorgeous blue watch. I have a fetish when it comes to the Alpinist, so finding one in blue dial, of course, had to do it. And we're finishing up the list with a watch that doesn't have as deep a blue dial as many of the watches on today's list, but still blue nonetheless. It is also a Seiko, and it is not very well known, but we did get one in the office and we did review it, so check out that review. The Seiko SARF 011 Titanium GMT. This is known as the Ocean Traveler. It's not a dive watch, doesn't have a threaded crown. It does have a 100 meter water resistance rating and a beautiful pattern on the dial. Really nice blue, cool tones. Titanium GMT complication, 40 millimeters by 47.8 millimeters, 14.6 millimeters thick with a 6R64 automatic. You're getting plus 25 to minus 15 second per day accuracy, GMT, date complication, power reserve indicator, again 100 meter water resistance rating, and a sapphire crystal. A little bit pricey for a basic Seiko, if you can consider this basic, but it is absolutely gorgeous. Actually, you know what? I wouldn't consider it basic. I think technically it's under the Presage line. It is a really cool watch, and I'm so thankful that I got one in the office to review, but yeah, not the most well-known. But let me know, guys, what's your favorite blue dial watch of all time? Which is the favorite one I mentioned on today's list, and which would you add to the list? Leave it in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. And speaking of another beautiful blue dial watch, kind of blue-ish. It was like slate/blue. It was really cool. Check out this Hermes Slim de Hermes watch. Gato Clip It. Does that mean that this watch is just relegated to being a fashion watch? Like, it doesn't matter what the watch is because it was made by a fashion house, so it's a fashion watch. Man, talk about some epic finishing. That watch is crazy. It's not really blue. In some lights, it gave off blue tones, but check out that episode. Let me know what's your favorite fashion watch in the comment section over there, and I will meet you over there. All right, guys, stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. Always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.